Welcome, everyone. I'm going to call to order the Northumberland County Board of Elections meeting, and if you could please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have any public input on agenda items for the Elections Board? Okay. A motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the May 5th, 2026 Election Board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. A motion is needed to ratify the following reports. Part 1 and 2, the unofficial return reporting form for primary 2026, the 2026 municipal primary certification of election returns, and the Northumberland County certification of computation and final certification.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, thank you. Motion passes. Is there any old business? Okay. Any new business? All right. Announcements for important dates that are upcoming. August 3rd, last day to circulate and file nomination papers nominating independent candidates or minor political candidates. August 10th, last day for candidate nominated in primary election to withdraw their name as a candidate for any such office. And of course, these are for the general election this fall. October 19th, the last day to register for the November election. October 27th, the last day of absentee applications to be received by the elections office by 5 p.m. with 3 explanation points. November 3rd, general election. Polls open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m. Is there any additional public input? Okay. Seeing none, we will recess to the chairman.
I'd like to call to order the Northumberland County public meeting as of August 11, 2026. So we're going to move the agenda around a little bit because we have a guest here today that is here on his lunch hour, and we need to get him back to work because that's very important. Right here. Right here.
At this time, a motion is needed to approve the following proclamations and/or certificates of recognition. It includes a proclamation honoring Vincent M. Chesney for the 150th President of the American Association on Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities.
We need a motion, guys.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now, Vincent, if you could please get up to the podium. Don't speak yet. Okay. Because, number one, this is an honor, I think, especially for me and Joe. Vincent's a graduate of the Ukrainian school in Shamokin. He is also a resident of Coltmont. And this proclamation, I usually don't read these, Vincent. Usually Nathan reads them, or Joe might read them once in a while. He told me I wasn't capable of reading it because I graduated from St. Ed's and he graduated from Yuki School. But I said, Vincent's from Coltmont and there's a lot of Italians there, so I should be able to read it. So,
Vince and I are graduates of actually it's closed now. It was a very elite school in Shamokin. It was called Transfiguration Preparatory. And Sam tried to get in there, but he didn't get, his grades weren't high enough. And there's a standard you have to meet, and he couldn't meet the standard. So Vincent and I are graduates there of that, and it was a great school, right, Vincent?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yep.
so anyway, I was notified a while ago when Vince, I think we were on your way to Chicago. Is that where it was? It's taking place. And since then, I've been checking on a lot of things that Vince done, and I'm going to read this proclamation. It's really interesting, and I think Joe and myself and Vince and his family go back probably 40, 50 years. God, probably when he was a little kid, if you could imagine him being little. But anyway, the proclamation honoring Vincent M. Chesney. Whereas Vincent M. Chesney, M.S., FAAIDS of Coltmont, Pennsylvania, has dedicated his career to advancing the lives of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities through leadership, advocacy, education, and service. And where Mr. Chesney is a graduate of Our Lady of Lourdes High School in Cole Township and furthered his education through studies in psychology at Mount St. Mary's University, Human Services of McDaniel College, Developmental Disabilities at the University of Delaware, and the earning of a certificate of addiction with Villanova University. And whereas Mr. Chesney, who is the son of Bob and Claudia Chesney, whose support helped install his values of service and perseverance, excuse me. You were right, Joe.
We're right, Joe. We're doing well up to that
Perseverance.
point, but
Thank you.
I knew it was going to happen.
That have guided his distinguished career. Whereas Vincent M. Chesney has achieved the historic honor of being elected and installed as the 150th President of the American Association of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities, a distinguished organization dedicated to advancing inclusion, research, education, and supports the individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. That's when you were going to Chicago, correct? Whereas this remarkable achievement reflects Mr. Chesney's outstanding leadership and brings great pride to the community of Coltmont and the residents of Northumberland County. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners hereby congratulate and recognize Vincent M. Chesney on his historic election and the installation as the 150th President of the American Association on Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities, and commends his unwavering commitment to improving the lives of others. Be it further proclaimed that the Board extends the sincere appreciation and best wishes to Mr. Chesney to continue success in the distinguished leadership role. In witness thereof, we, the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners, do hereby set our hands and cause the seal of the county of the county to the affixed date, 28th day of July, 2026. Vincent, congratulations.
I appreciate that so much, and you heard in that proclamation 150, 150, 150. This organization has been around a very long time, and I'm only 52 years old, and we talked about the history going back of our families and the importance not just of a national association like AAIDD, American Association on Intellectual Developmental Disabilities, which does have a history here in Pennsylvania. It was founded outside of Philadelphia, and there have been past presidents from Pennsylvania, some past superintendents of state schools. I'm the first that has worked with Selinsgrove Center, which is also a interesting factoid, but it's not just the national and international levels, but what's important is the local level, right? So the county and how we care for people at home, how we care for people in our community, how we care for people in our churches, how we care for people in our community centers. And I know these county commissioners very well, and how much they care for people and how they care for the inclusion and the diversity of Northumberland County. And I appreciate you recognizing me, because it goes more than just myself. It goes for the principles instilled in us at St. Ed's and at Transfig and within these wonderful communities throughout Northumberland County. And the importance of reaching out and including everyone, despite, or in fact, in light of their abilities and disabilities. So I appreciate the opportunity to come here before you and talk a little bit about this organization and just your recognition. So thank you so much for the county commissioners recognizing me. Thank you for my fellow citizens for allowing me to take up some of your time today. And thank you for all the good you do for everyone living here within the county. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vincent. Vincent,
Thank you
if you
very
can come
much.
up here, then we can get a
Yes.
picture. Picture. And do we have the official? Vincent will bring his 16 millimeter camera up here now to, oh, it isn't, you don't have that 16 millimeter, whatever it is.
There's no film in that camera.
How are we gonna do that? How do you want it? Vincent, stay down, don't get on your phone, stay down. Use Francis's phone. You're killing. Thank you so much. I'll get you a picture. Oh, sure. Now Vincent has to leave, so don't think he's just like cutting the meeting short. All right, where are we at, Nate?
Presentation, Tina and Pat.
Okay. Do we have to, is there a motion in there?
She's presenting it.
Check presentation from the Housing Authority, from the Register Recorder to the Housing Authority. Pat Mack on behalf of the Housing Authority, departmental update. So are we,
So Pat.
there's nothing to motion on this. Okay, Pat, you and Tina want to get up? We'll get a picture with this, too.
Tiger Woods
Francis, is
check,
your
yeah.
camera overheating at all?
Someone has a check? Well, that's why I'm here to gather all the checks.
Where's the check? We had the check from before. Remember, we had it a couple of months ago.
As long as it cashes, I don't,
Okay.
and I can pick it up sometime.
Pat,
Mick, do you know where that, do you know
the
where
check is in the mail.
Do you know what the check is for?
I have heard that before. I won't leave. If I'm waiting on the mail, I
How about
won't.
if you just tell them what the check was and everything you remember?
I never knew, you guys.
Oh.
As
Oh.
it kept getting continued, so I never really knew what the amount was gonna be.
So Mick, it's up in your office.
I'll check it out.
Okay, so can we find it out, maybe do it at the end? And that way we'll have the check, we'll have the thing with us, because I know we had it for the meeting. I thought we had it prepared. Michelle, can you go up and see if we can, who would have it? Who would have it, Mick?
I don't think it's in our office, to tell you the truth.
You brought it.
No, I did not bring it.
No,
Who wrote it?
No, that was the AOA check I had. Yes. That we turned in.
Who wrote it?
So you don't even know the amount?
See the check.
Okay.
Who wrote
All right,
it?
let's wait to see if Michelle can come down with that thing. Sorry, Pat. No. Not like you have anything to do, just, sit down. Okay.
Who wrote the check?
No, the check comes out of your account upstairs.
The general fund, okay.
Yes. So it would have came out from the fund that that she keeps it in when she collects it in her office. So someone upstairs will know. All right, let's go to, I guess we're at,
At this time, we'll ask for
Pam's not speaking,
citizens'
right?
input for agenda items only.
so far, we're doing pretty good here.
Okay, hearing and seeing none, a motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Commissioners' public meeting, which was held on Tuesday, July 7th, 2026.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuels payrolls as submitted by the Human Resource Office for payroll number 14 in the amount of $742,699.28. Payroll number 15 in the amount of $827,993.54, and payroll number 16 in the amount of $737,714.69.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuels bills as submitted by the county controller in the amount of $8,270,715.96 from June 27, 2026 to August 7, 2026.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under announcements, a work session will be held on Tuesday, August 18, 2026, beginning at 10 a.m. in the Commissioners' Conference Room. The next regular public meeting will be held on Tuesday, September 1st, 2026 at 1 p.m. in the Public Meeting Room at the Administration Center, located at 399 Stadium Drive in Sunbury. The Northumberland County Courthouse, Administration Center, and related county facilities will be closed on Monday, September 7th, 2026 in observance of the Labor Day holiday. And the next prison board meeting will be held on Wednesday, August 12th, 2026 at 11 a.m. in the Public Meeting Room at the Administration Center located at 399 Stadium Drive in Sunbury. A motion is needed for the chairperson to sign the state tax equalization voucher for transfers of real estate for the month of June 2026 as submitted by the Assessment Office.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve the employee status sheet list of new hires, individuals no longer employed, promotions, demotions, and transfers as item number 1 through 40.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve the following reports. It includes the coal royalty report as submitted by the county engineer, the Tax Claims Bureau report, and the monthly fiscal status sheet reports for the month of June 2026 as submitted by the Weatherization Department.
Moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to grant permission to advertise the following, and it reads, there will be a public hearing for the 2026-2027 budget plan for the Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging. This is on Thursday, September 17th, 2026 at 9 a.m. at the Northumberland County Area Agency on Aging Office Complex located at 322 North 2nd Street, Sunbury, PA 17801.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, Olivia, you have anything on this? You don't need to say anything?
We have a budget, so we're excited for that.
Oh, so are we. Thank you. Okay. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And for number 12, as a point, Commissioners, I will separate them into two separate motions. A motion is needed to authorize the Northumberland County Commissioners to approve Children and Youth Act 148 Quarter 1 expenditures for fiscal year 2025-2026.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the Northumberland County Commissioners to approve Children and Youth Act 148 Quarter 2 expenditures for fiscal year 2025-2026.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the Northumberland County Commissioners to execute CEDACOG's four-county Greenway Plan GTRP application, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the chairperson to execute the sales order agreement with TOPP Business Solutions of the following copiers, scanners, printers, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the chairperson to execute the Motorola Solutions NICE service agreement effective June 1st, 2026 to May 31st, 2027 on behalf of the 911 department, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the Northumberland County Commissioners to approve the MOU with Shamokin Coal Township Joint Sewer Authority and CEDACOG to complete an environmental review for the wastewater treatment facility upgrades required by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve acceptance of 8.95 new acres of land from the CEDACOG Joint Rail Authority for the consideration of $1 located in Mount Carmel Township as depicted in the final plan of survey dated March 6, 2026, and prepared by Brincash and Associates Incorporated.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the chairman to execute the memorandum of understanding between Northumberland County and Service Employees International Union for the Children and Youth Caseworker Retention and Recruitment for fiscal year 2026 and 27, and it's a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize Northumberland County Commissioners to execute the memorandum of agreement between Northumberland County and SEIU Local 668 for the period July 1st, 2026 and ending June 30th, 2027, ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to amend motion number 20, which was on public meeting on July 7, 2026, and it's amended to read a coal land lease between Northumberland County and Clinton M. Wynn Mining for strip mining operation C-808 in all veins located on the Gray and Cleaver, Robert Gray, and John Brady, A containing mineral parcel numbers M-123, M-122, and M-128M, and this contains approximately 55.5 acres.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to adopt the budget amendments as listed in the public meeting agenda.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed authorizing travel requests and attendance at the following workshops and seminars in accordance with the county's personnel manual travel reimbursement policy. It includes conferences for the jail and juvenile probation.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to authorize the Northumberland County Commissioners to execute the County Human Services Plan and the assurance of compliance for fiscal year 2026, 2027, and its ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
At this time, a motion is needed to authorize the chairman to direct the solicitor to retain a private investigator to conduct investigations relevant to all county business and morale as deemed necessary by a majority of the board, price not to exceed $10,000.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
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 Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve Northumberland County's allocation of FFY 2026 Community Development Block Grant Entitlement Funding in the amount of $255,267 for the following activities, subject to fulfillment of all remaining citizen participation obligations. It includes barrier-free living in the amount of $173,100, Hank Elimination of Slum Blight Phase 5 in the amount of $36,367, CEDACOG Administration in the amount of $30,800, and Northumberland County Administration in the amount of $15,000.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve the Memorandum of Understanding, the MOU, between Northumberland County and CEDA Council of Governments effective upon execution and continuing through December 31st, 2030, for the purpose of addressing administrative cost challenges associated with the county's Community Development Block Grant, also known as CDBG program.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to revise Northumberland County's FFY 2022 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, contract C0000084676 by moving $19,416 from Elderly Veterans Housing to the Herndon Borough-Jackson Township Joint Municipal Authority, HBJTJMA Wastewater Treatment Plan, WTP Generator Project.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve the FFY 2024 and FFY 2025 subrecipient agreements between Northumberland County and Coltmont Marion Heights Joint Municipal Authority, KMHJMA, for the Scott Street Sewer Main Replacement.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Number 29 has already been read and approved. So we move to number 30. A motion is needed to advertise for the rehabilitation of County Bridge number 38, which is located on T-538 Comfort Road in Rockefeller Township.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed authorizing the chairman of Northumberland County Commissioners to sign a certification of local government approval to apply for grant funding to be administered, received, and reported by Transitions of PA, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, a solicitor report, I almost said Mr. Garrigan. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Mr. Rovito.
We're going to, Mr. Chairman, we're going to need a motion to adopt Resolution R 20-26, and that's Northumberland County Board of Commissioners approving the CEDACOG Joint Rail Authority's Articles of Incorporation.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
No. Okay, all right, go ahead. No, go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Joe. If Joe made the motion.
I rescind the motion.
No, we just don't have to second it, that's all.
Okay.
But Joe made the motion. Do we have a second? No, we don't have a second, so therefore that motion does not go forward for lack of a second. And Commissioner Beck will explain all that after we vote this one.
We've been in conversations with the Joint Rail Authority, and so they're been in the midst of litigation over 12 years. So we're hoping that they would be able to resolve that prior to us rechartering the organization. So we're looking forward to that.
We're not going to vote on anything to do with that until the litigation's over with. So the second one is this B is a different story, Vince. Go ahead.
We're looking for Resolution R21-26, that's Northumberland County Board of Commissioners approving the CEDACOG Joint Rail Authority to change its name to just the Joint Rail Authority.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, this we are going to vote to approve if the votes are there. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. This is just to change the name because they no longer are part of CEDACOG. Go ahead, Nathan.
Mr.
Or,
Chairman.
I'm sorry, Vince.
We need a motion to adopt Resolution R22-26. That's the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners authorizing the advertisement and subsequent sale of certain county personal property such as vehicles, et cetera.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, we had, you had adopted a previous resolution at the March meeting, which we had used to advertise and sell property that was already sold. This is going to be specific to vehicles. We wanted to make a new resolution to keep the sales separate.
Okay, fine. So we have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, we need a motion to adopt Resolution R23-26, agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports between Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of Human, Senior, and Social Services and the named service providers as listed, numbers 1 through 39.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
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 Motion carries.
Under old business, there is resolution number 17-26, which was read and then subsequently tabled at the July 7th, 2026 meeting. It was a motion to adopt resolution number 19-26, the Northumberland County Board of Commissioners approval of the CEDACOG Joint Rail Authority's Articles of Amendment as set forth on Exhibit A. At this time, is there a motion?
This is a motion to adopt this resolution.
Moved.
After the other votes, I don't think you'd want to move. Okay, so no, is there a second? At this time, is there any new business from the board?
Let's first,
sorry.
I'm just trying to think here. We did that. I think we want to, Pat, you and Tina, I think we want to do this whether we have a check or not, so we don't have to come again, because this is like the third time, right? So what I would say is let's go forward and let's just say we have an imaginary number. And Tina, you can explain how you collect the money, and then Pat can explain what they do with the money. And then if we don't have anything by then, we'll at least, you're presenting the check, whatever it is, okay? So maybe first, Tina, you can want to talk how you collect it. I apologize. I thought this was from before.
Usually the check's like this big and who makes it, so.
Yeah, usually I think it's from upstairs, but that's okay.
So this money for the demolition fund comes from all the recording of deeds and mortgages, $15 per mortgage, $15 per deed. $14.25 goes into this fund, $75 stays in the recorder's general fund. So all this gets gathered up at the end of the year, but every month I cut a check to the treasurer's office, and then they put it into their, I guess it's a designated account just for that. And then I'm not sure how they designate the percentages that get paid out, but that's where the check comes in then.
Okay. And then I guess, Pat, what we explain, you get the check usually the Housing Authority. I mean, if you have an idea, what is it usually, do you know?
It's typically $70,000 to $80,000 a year.
And then basically, would you go over exactly what you do with that money and any other money that you might get?
Sure. And it hasn't varied much over the years, so it's somewhere between $78,000 to $80,000 net to the Housing Authority annually, which is authorized by the Act 152 ordinance. And while it's been mentioned that I get the check, it's actually made out to the Housing Authority and gets deposited in their accounts. So to be clear on that, but we meet regularly with municipalities and look to partner with them on blight-related projects. It has ranged throughout the county. On a quick ask from the chairman, I gathered up a list over the last, I'll say from 2019 to current, we've done approximately 28 projects ranging all over the county, from most recently in McEwensville, using some of this money in conjunction with CDBG funds, Marion Heights, Cole Township, Sunbury, you name it. We did a major hotel in Snydertown, and really in the last 8 years, we've spent over $1 million, and quick math will tell you that math doesn't math when you're only collecting $70,000 to $80,000 annually. But through the Housing Authority and other partnerships, we go out and try to leverage that money to obtain other grants and funding to extend the dollars. So on average, we've spent over $125,000 a year over the last 8 or so years. It depends year to year how many projects we take on. And right now, looking forward, looking at the CDBG allocation just now, we have a commitment to Mount Carmel Township for a really blighted property on West 5th Street. And then we were asked and partnered with Mount Carmel Borough very recently on the former Holy Cross School, which has been headlines as of late as it's falling down, and it's part of a litigation. So we look to partner through the commissioners. I have the good fortune of working with all these municipalities, and I always remind them, and just want to remind you that it's not for us receiving these dollars from you that we get to do these projects. So I get the work of working with municipalities and great people, but it's only through your passage of the ordinance and directing the funds to Hank that we get to do that.
We also working on one with Milton, with Joe Morales, brought to our attention.
Yes, Mr. Morales did bring one to our attention, and we have a kind of a commitment there. I don't want to overplay their hand as it's in litigation.
Actually, some of these buildings are up to $200,000 just to take down.
Yes, the one at the former Holy Cross School, while it is falling down, it's a big block building. It's very old. It was 200 and some thousand, and that's an estimate. That's just the construction. There's a lot of engineering and other fees that go into this.
Basically, I mean, just so that the people understand, we reach out, or municipalities reach out to us when they have something very large that they cannot handle themselves, and we help them coming up with the funding and to take demolition to the properties that, for a lot of reasons, and a lot is just for the possibility of accidents from these buildings, just things falling down on payments and things that may be hurting people. So I just wanted to, I thought that would be a good thing, Tina, that what you're helping is part of it, and we're going to get a picture. We'll have Pat hold something, and then we'll write the number in. What is that, Joe? When you use them computer things,
AI. We'll have AI put the check in.
We'll AI it and IA it or whatever it is, and we'll take care of it. Okay. Thank you. Stick around when we're done. I'm sure
Is there any scrap
Francis will
value?
get a picture for you.
Is there any scrap value?
On the AI check or?
No, on the buildings that year.
Typically, yes. Typically, we keep some, it's interesting, we keep some things, like if there's artifacts of value, but a lot of times it's built in that the scrap is calculated in the bid or the contractor deducts it.
Thank you, Mr. Mack. And by the way, for those that, I know Mr. Mack pretty well, and he's an expert at AI technology, and if anybody needs to insert somebody's picture or take it out of a picture, he is an expert in doing that. I've seen his work. It's unbelievable. Thank you, Mr. Mack.
As what was brought up before, Mr. Mack's father did go to St. Edward's.
Correct. And I'm glad we're graduates.
Okay.
We're all graduates of that
Another
great-
one that couldn't get
that
into
fine
transfer prep.
institution.
Yeah, you couldn't get any.
Something like that.
Okay. New business, I just want to go over one thing because I don't think anybody, we're getting close to budget time. And 2 weeks ago, there was a budget salary board meeting where, due to the budget and due to, things we're trying to do so that people see, we did combined a lot of positions in the county, and we eliminated some positions, and that added up to be somewhere around $250,000 that going forward we'll be saving. And hopefully by now till the end of the year, there's other things we can do. So when we get to the budget time, everybody understands when I deal with these unions and I deal with everybody that, we're trying to do our part too and trying to, help go with this budget forward without, any drastic things that we would have to do. So I just wanted to make aware of that. So I'm assuming, is there anything else?
Any other new business?
Anything else?
Public input?
Okay, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you for coming.